This may be the coolest impression pad ever. Whoa! And apologies for the green screen. What? What? You can even write tiny. Alon, and watch. 3, 2, 1. It'll zoom in. Insane. Well, you're probably wondering what that was. Well, it was this, the incredible IRL Post-it Pad by IRL Magic, and oh my gosh, I have wanted to review this for such a long time. Those of you who know, I'm a huge fan of IRL Magic, and this is something I've seen it before, I've wanted to review this for ages, and now I finally got my hands on it, and now I'm going to give you a detailed review. This is such an incredible effect. And in fact, it's so good that people who know about my incredible community, which you can join in the link in the description, because we have some incredible stuff. It's free, it's fabulous, there's some really crazy cool stuff coming. And IRL Magic, in our biggest event of the year, the award ceremony, won Mentalism Trick of the Year with this Post-it Pad. That's right, they got Mentalism Trick of the Year. So this is how you know this trick is absolutely fabulous. And I've been wanting to get it myself for a while, and I finally got it, and it is really, really cool. I'm going to give you all the details, tell you from the tutorial to what it is, to positives to negatives, everything you need to know. Now, before we do that though, make sure these videos, you know, they take me quite a long time to make, and it's not that easy. So if you hit that subscribe button, it'd be really nice and helpful for me, especially considering how long these videos take to make. So smacking that subscribe button does a long way for me. Now, without further ado, you might be wondering what on earth this is. Well, you practically saw what it was. It is the best impression pad, one of at least the best. And you saw me do a little demo of it earlier, and you saw how fast and incredible this is. Well, this is essentially an impression pad, except it is the least suspicious one because it's incredibly organic, incredibly cool, because it is literally on a sticky note pad, which is completely incredible because sticky note pads, you just carry, it's so easy to carry with you. It's so easy, the most modern way to have. People have sticky note pads in their offices, in schools, in university, it doesn't matter, they're everywhere. So having that around you is so natural compared to the big pad that you have nowadays on a wooden pad or a whiteboard. And this makes it EDC because, hey, you can't just go, hey, let me take out my big whiteboard for you to write on, please, in a close-up situation, right? You can do this close-up, you can do this on stage. That's phenomenal. That's what it is. It's tiny, it's hidden in plain sight in sticky notes that actually weigh like normal sticky notes. They feel like normal sticky notes. The size, the color, everything. You can get this in different color versions. You have yellow version, you have the green version, you have the blue, and you have the pink, which is really, really cool. And you even get some refill pins. I'll show you everything inside in a second. But you can also put the gimmick in other places. You don't have to have it in the sticky note pad. You can have it in a wallet. You can have it under some cloth. You can have it under a book to do a book test. There's so many endless possibilities. Now, what do you get inside? First of all, you get this, which I cannot show you the other side of, but that is the tutorial, which is a tutorial we'll talk about very soon. You also get on the other side 2 incredible refill pens to refill when your pen ink runs out, which is really good, and a little metallic piece over there that you might briefly see over there, which is just to turn on and off the unit, which is really, really cool. Now, other than that, here's what we get inside, which is the unit, as you saw earlier. Bam! I mean, this looks so organic, so natural. This literally looks like a pack of sticky notes, and you're like, oh, damn, I paid so much money for this. No, it is literally normal sticky notes. Well, normal, you have the gimmick on the other side, but damn, it looks great. And then, of course, you get the pen, which is a special pen, of course, for this to work. Now we've talked about that, let's talk about the tutorial. Like most IRL tutorials are quite short, and this one is also, this is 15 minutes and 22 seconds to be precise with you. And by the way, I've done another review of a IRL product, which is the IRL watch. You can click right here and watch it. It's the watch tutorial. Pretty clever there, I think. I'm sorry about that. But you should check that one out because, as we'll talk later, it connects with this product. And you can know, as IRL, they usually are very concise to the tutorial, straight to the point, that as you can see on my screen right now, the tutorial is very clear, very cool. Now, it starts off simply talking about the app, how to pair the app, the phone, actually, to the device, which is really, really cool, how to turn the unit on and off, all of those basics. But then you get to the next part, which is talking about the pad itself, which is really cool because you get to learn about some cool subtleties and bonus ideas that you get with the pad. Now, it's very cool because there's some cool things that the spectator can just flick, for example, and they won't see the gimmick, which is actually right. It's so hard to open it actually because it's hidden. It's hidden. You can see it right there. It's hidden, which is really, really cool. And you get some cool subtleties to hide it even more, although you don't really need to, because you can just simply give it to your spectator, have them write something, pass it to another person, have them write something, take the sticky notepad off, crunch it up, give it to you, hand it away. It doesn't matter, because it feels so natural, so organic, so normal. There's no reason to suspect anything. And bam, you get your peak, whatever you want. That is phenomenal. Then they also talk about how to refill it, which is really, really simple, by the way. You just put in some other sticky notes that are absolutely normal. Bam, chuck them. Sorry about the green screen. Bam, put them on, and you are good to go. So they talk about the refill part very, very easily. And then they talk about the app itself and the settings on the app that are there, which I will show you right about now. So as mentioned, the app. Now this is really, really cool. The app interface, as always, for Arrival is really simple to use, super cool, and they teach you all the features. If we go to the settings right here, here you go. You can see there's quite a few settings. I'll briefly give you some information because it's quite useful, but they talk about this in the tutorial. The first feature being this incredible auto clean. So you can set a number of seconds, however many you want, for it to auto clean after they write something. It just goes away from your phone. But this also controls another setting that we'll talk about later. And that's very, very cool. The next thing, I love it. I absolutely love it. You can control the ink thickness. What that essentially means is if someone writes really small or something, sometimes it's hard to see with the ink and blah, blah, blah. You're completely free to customize however you want the size that is going to appear on your peak. And especially if you're using your watch, which you can connect to this, by the way, which is absolutely fabulous. It means that you might not be able to see the peak or something, so changing the ink thickness is really cool. And with that, you can also control and change and customize the ink color, which is very, very cool, and the background. So if you don't want it to be just black to the reveal that you read it, it can be pink, blue, whatever you want. And that's really, really useful because you can also set an image as a background, which means you can send an image of your wallpaper of your phone and just put your phone on the side, and no one, unless they know what to look for, which they don't, will know, but you will. You'll be able to read that information. Whatever they write will appear on top of your wallpaper, whatever image you set on your phone, which is very, 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 very cool. That's that. Then you have auto zoom. Now, auto zoom is absolutely fabulous. Let me just show it to you once again. Let me just take another sticky note, just so I don't waste these beautiful ones. It's a different color. If I write, for example, let's see, this is kind of hard to do with the same thing, but if I write in small, my name Alon, you see it's small, 3, 2, 1, and it will just zoom in huge, just like that. This is such a powerful feature because imagine your spectator writes very, very tiny, and especially on a watch, it's really hard to peek. It will automatically zoom, and you can control the amount of time it takes after they write for it to zoom out using the amazing auto clean setting, and bam, it'll just become bigger. It's as simple as that. That feature alone is worth it, in my opinion. That's so strong to have, especially with impression pads. Usually you don't have these kind of features, so it's sometimes really hard to read what the spectator writes. And lastly, you get a really cool feature. Now this feature is so cool because you can have up to 9 people writing things. And let me explain what that means. Imagine you hand over this sticky notes to one person. They write a name or something, a number, a drawing, whatever you want. Then they peel off the sticky note, scrunch it up, whatever, and give the sticky note pad to another person. They write something, and then the next, and the next. And you're able to know the order of who did what exactly and do this beautiful mental divination. Wow, wow, wow. So that's the app. Then the rest of the tutorials followed when they talk to you a little bit about use cases of using this gimmick outside the sticky note. You can put it in a book to do a book test. You can put it in your wallet. That's really, really cool how versatile it is. So they teach you that. And that's it for the tutorials. 15 minutes. It's very simple, very concise. Now, they don't teach you a few other things, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the negatives, which is unfortunate, but that's the tutorial, and there you have it. Now, let's talk about the positives. Now, guys, as you clearly see, I'm highly enthusiastic about this post-it pad. I absolutely do love it. It's amazing. It one trick, mentalism trick of the year, and there are many positives. Let's start with the first quick one, which is the Facebook group. You get an amazing group of people, Facebook group, the Arrival Facebook group for all their products, really. And it's very active. They put all the updates, all ideas, everything is there. So that's very, very cool that they have that there. Now, then let's talk about the actual effect, the actual trick, the pocket size. Guys, This is so easy, versatile to carry around with you. Not only to carry, but it also transfer to anywhere. You could put it in a wallet. You could put it under a handkerchief. You could put it in a book, whatever you want. But then again, it's so small that close-up wise, it's natural to just take it out. It's so organic. It's so simple. It's so small. It's easy to just have it in your pocket, unlike a big whiteboard or a wooden board or whatever you want. Another thing is it's hidden. As I just mentioned, it's organic. It's just a sticky note pad. The gimmick itself under the sticky note pad, it's hidden. You cannot see it. It's not suspicious at all. And that featured, paired with the auto zoom feature that you get, which is absolutely fabulous, is if someone writes on not well, you're able to have a better viewing of what they wrote or what they drew. That feature alone, fabulous. Another thing is, you saw at the start of the video when I did that quick demo, it's so fast. It gives you absolutely instant reading. When they write, bam, you got it. So as they draw live, let's say they cross something out or something, you're able to see that and track and follow along. That is fabulous. And then you have some other really, really cool things, such as the several spectator routine. That's really cool. You can track who drew what. Let's say someone drew something in the middle, take it out. Then they draw in the middle, another person, take it out. And you're able to know who drew what. It allows you to do so many incredibly strong things. As I mentioned, it can be up to 9 impressions, which is great. And that is just a few of the positives. You have more. One of them is the range. The range, as Arval Magic says, is 60 meters, which means you could be quite far and do something incredibly clean. When they draw or write something, you're far, they're away, they take it off, scrunch it away, put it back, and from there, you're able to know exactly what they're thinking of. It cannot get any more powerful and direct than that. Mentalism at its finest. And then another really cool thing is it connects to all the other Arval products like the watch. So you can have someone write a time, for example, bam, and it will automatically make the watch show that time. And talking just about Arval products, it actually, and I know Arval is still working on it, but it already works with so many other apps and features and tools existing in the magic market, like Peaksmith, for example. So you can draw, write something, and you're able to peek it and connect to other things, which is really, really good. And one of them is also the Apple Watch, and that's how I'm going to be using this so much. You just have it on your watch, and you're able to get a really cool peek, and that with the auto zoom feature is fabulous. And also the Apple Watch feature has a really cool interface that it looks like a watch, and you're able to change it to the peak screen and then back to a watch very quickly, very simply, which is very, very cool. Another minor positive is the fact that you can so easily refill this. You just find some other yellow pieces of paper, bam, slop it on top, and you're done. It's simple, it's refill. And then last but not least, the final positive is the fact that the charging capacity is very, very good. With one small charge, 1 hour to charge it, bam, it will last you 8 to 10 hours, which is great if you're gigging, you're doing corporate show, restaurants, strolling, whatever, restaurant work. It's just so easy. You can have the unit on all the time and not worry about it dying. The battery is gonna last all the time. And then you charge it, and then again, bam, 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 bam. So those are the positives. Let's talk about the negatives briefly. Now, honestly, there are not many negatives, just a few I want to point out. One of them, which I've known before about this, so I have some ways to solve it, but you just do need to be aware that it does span 95% of the pad, the gimmick, meaning they can draw really everywhere, other than the borders just here, because the gimmick is just inside. So that means, let's say, for example, your spectator is writing something, blah, 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 a name, and then they cut off till the very end, and that last letter it might not be seen by you, okay? Or, for example, more dangerous, they write a time, and then they cut off, and you're connecting it to the watch, and the watch might not know what time they wrote because it cut off and the pad didn't recognize it. So there's a few simple fixes here. It's really simple. It's not so hard. You can either, for example, write name, arrow, arrow, and a line, and then they draw, and in the middle area is the best, right? Or you can do a big square in the middle or something for them to draw in. It doesn't matter. It's so justifiable. It's so easy to solve. Not a problem at all, but just thought I'd let you know. And then the minor other thing is just kind of about the tutorial and learning wise. The tutorial is great and all of that, but I didn't mention earlier that everything is now on Facebook. So all the additions, all the updates they add are going on Facebook, and it means you have to go and find and look somewhere else in order to find the tutorials. For example, the Apple Watch tutorial, or the tutorial on how to refill the ink of the pen, because you get 2 refills and you don't know how to do it. That's not in the main tutorial. So you have to kind of go and dig on Facebook. Not the end of the world, not so bad, but just a little bit of a hassle. Other than that, those are the simple negatives. And that's that. So finally, ultimately, is it worth it? Guys, and how much does it cost? It's $300. I'm just going to be straight up honest. Now, wait, don't panic just yet. $300 for a pad that is so organic, so strong, so the mentalism that you're achieving is incredible. And let's talk about impression pads in general. If you look at other competitors to Arrival Magic, any one of them, most of them are going to be way more expensive. And most of them are going to be these wooden boards or something that aren't as natural, aren't as justified as this posted pad is. And Arrival Magic in general, I have such great experience with them, and it's the same with all of their products, that the quality is always really, really high and the price is generally lower than others, which means usually if the quality is nearly as good or sometimes even better with Arrival products and the price is lower, you don't have to be a super clever business person to understand that that is fabulous. For the quality and for the price, it is great. So $300, totally worth it. 100%, especially if you're going to use it. If you've looked for an impression pad, looked for a way to get a peak that's so strong, this is exactly that, and I highly, highly recommend it. That is the Arrival posted pad. Guys, this is a fabulous product, and I'm so happy I finally got to review it. Yes, it might seem like I'm a bit biased or something, but it really did get Mentalism Trick of the Year for a reason, and it is so, so cool. And on top of it all, thank you so much for watching this. It would mean the world to me. As I said, you know, it's so simple. Just one little click on the bottom. You click the subscribe button and it is done. It helps me out so much. But you know what else you can do? You can like the video, but you can also comment down below. What did you think of this review? What did you think about the product? Do you like the posted pad? Do you have one? Are you going to get one? What do you think? It is known as the Mentalism Trick of the Year for a reason. So I want to know everything down below. But otherwise, I will see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.